guys, it's Michelangelo from the New York City Guitar School. We're going to take a look at I Saw Her Smiling There for this summer's Mass Appeal. So let's go over the chords that you're going to use first. The first chord we have, that's used in the intro and throughout the verses, is the E7 chord. Easiest way to think of E7 is if you know your E major chord, which is middle finger on 2nd fret of the 5th string, ring finger on 2nd fret of the 4th string, and your index finger on 1st fret of the 3rd string. That's your E major, all 6 strings. If you remove your ring finger, we now have E7. It's as easy as that. Next chord we're going to take a look at is A7. Another pretty simple chord. You're going to take your index finger, you're going to put it on 2nd fret of the 4th string, your middle finger, and put it on 2nd fret of the 2nd string. And this is a 5-string chord. Keep that in mind when you strum. We're strumming from the 5th string on down. So those are the first 2 chords you need. 2 more chords to take a look at. We have B7, probably the hardest chord in the song. You're going to take your middle finger and put it on 2nd fret of the 5th string. You're going to take your index finger, put it on 1st fret of the 4th string, your ring finger, put it on 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and finally your pinky finger on 2nd fret of the 1st. This one is also a 5-string chord, so we are strumming from the 5th string down. And a good note about this chord, if you're ever transitioning there from E7, is that you do have a pivot finger. We have the middle finger right there. It does not have to move between the 2 chords. Here's E7, and there's B7. So pretty simple transition. And then finally we have C7. Easiest way to think of C7 is you make a traditional C chord. That's ring finger on 3rd fret of the 5th string, middle finger on 2nd fret of the 4th string, and your first finger, your index finger, on 1st fret of the 2nd string. And C is a 5-string chord. And to make it a C7, all you have to do is to drop your pinky on 3rd fret of the 3rd string. And then you have it C7. So just a quick review of all the chords we're going to use in the song. E7, that's 6 strings. A7, that's 5 strings. B7, which is 5. And finally C7, which is also 5. And then last but not least, we have to look at the strum pattern for this. We're going to use the best strum. Probably heard before, you might know it. So let's just talk about the mechanics for this. It's an 8th note strum. You're going to strum downwards on beat 1. Now on the and that follows 1, you're going to come up and do an air strum. You're not going to hit the strings. So that's 1 and. Then we're going to strum down on beat 2, up on the and of 2. So the first half of the strum becomes 1 and 2 and. Just make sure you have that air strum on the way back up after beat 1. So we have 1 and 2 and, then you do an air strum on 3. That's probably the hardest part of the strum for most people. So just make sure you don't hit the strings on beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Then you're going to come upwards, hit the strings on the and of 3, and then beat 4 is pretty simple. You're just going to strum down on 4 and up on the and of 4. So when I put that all together, I get 1 and 2 and 4 and suddenly you have the best strum. Speed it up a little bit, and you have I Saw Her Smiling There. And then if you want to transition, everything you need to rock out I Saw Her Smiling There for Mass Appeal.